to another episode of Around Town. On today's show, we'll witness the swearing-in of Deputy Chief Harold Patel. Then, we'll cut the ribbon at the new snow removal equipment facility at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport.
Our Better Business Bureau helped us avoid losing thousands of dollars to a loan modification scam.
My BBB helped me find a mechanic I can trust.
My BBB helped our company show support for high ethical standards in the communities we serve.
My BBB helped boost my company's online presence and brought in new customers.
Find out what your BBB can do for you at www.bbb.org.
Hi, I'm Mayor Frank Jackson. You've probably seen media coverage of the growing opioid epidemic in northeastern Ohio. But what you might not know is how many of these tragedies begin with a seemingly innocent prescription for pain medication. That is why we're teaming with the Cuyahoga County Opiate Marketing Task Force to encourage you to know the risk. Go to the website on your screen to learn which pills are opiates and alternative ways of dealing with pain. What starts as a prescription can end with addiction, so know the risk.
Good morning. Welcome to the Cleveland Division of Police appointment ceremony for the rank of Deputy Chief. My name is Deirdre Jones, and I am the commander of the Bureau of Support Services, and it is my honor to serve as Mistress of Ceremonies for this special occasion. I invite you at this time to stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation from Cleveland Police Chaplain Clinton Skaggs. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a promotion that I'm really excited about because I know this young man. It makes me think of 1 Peter chapter 5:6. It says, humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, and at the right time, God will exalt you. Well, it's time for you to be forwarded, young man. If you'd put your hands together and bow your heads, please. Dear Lord, we come here to promote one of our own who has worked very hard. Bless him for his hard work. Bless his family for their contributions to furthering him in his career. Have peace and love on this city, Lord, and be with us all during the ceremony. Amen.
Amen. Advancement through the ranks of law enforcement is not an easily accomplished task. Doing so takes hard work, commitment, and dedication. The division recognizes the support and sacrifice of an officer's family and friends during this time. The rank of Deputy Chief is identified by a gold eagle placed squarely on each shoulder. Deputy Chief of Homeland Operations is responsible for support and follow-up investigative functions and Homeland Security. Homeland Special Operations supports field operations personnel in responding to calls for service, creating and updating the division's drug enforcement strategies, and specialized functions to assist with preserving public order. Deputy Chief of Homeland Operations also oversees specialized sections, including but not limited to the Homicide Unit, Special Victims, Crime Scene and Records, SWAT, the Intelligence Unit, K-9 and Airports, and the Bomb Squad. As Commander Harold Patel has demonstrated a willingness to accept the challenge of this position, I ask that Mayor Frank Jackson come forward to deliver remarks and to administer the oath of office.
Good morning. Today, we will be swearing in Mr. Harold Patel as our new Deputy Chief of Homeland Security Operations. Mr. Patel enlisted in the United States Marine Corps in 1986 and served in Japan, Korea, and California, achieving the rank of corporal in the military police. In 1990, he began his career with the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office, first as a corrections officer and then a deputy sheriff and detective. In 1994, he joined the Cleveland Police Department as patrolman in the 6th District, and in 2000 was promoted to the rank of sergeant and sent to the 2nd District, where I believe he was a detective, head of this Fresh Start?
Yes, sir.
Fresh Start unit. In 2004, he continued his career as lieutenant in charge in the 2nd District Detective Bureau, later the Office of Professional Standards, and lastly, Office of Homeland Security. Since 2011, he has served as commander of the Office of Homeland Security, responsible for the steady state of emergency operations and plans involving protective postures and Homeland Security related policies and procedures for the city of Cleveland. He is a member of various professional organizations and received an associate's degree from Cuyahoga Community College, bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Baldwin Wallace, a master's degree in social administration, was a concentration in community development from Case Western Reserve University, a master in security studies, and you call that the ABT, security studies, homeland security, and defense from the Naval Postgraduate School. He has received the Medal of Heroism, Distinguished Service Medal, Special Accommodations, several community service awards, and he is a Congressman Louis Stokes Fellow. Again, I'm pleased to administer the oath of office to Mr. Patel as the new Deputy Chief of Homeland Security Operations. Could you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name.
I, Harold Patel,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the codified ordinances
the codified ordinances
and charter
and charter
of the City of Cleveland,
of the City of Cleveland,
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties of
discharge the duties of
Deputy Chief of Homeland and Special Operations
Deputy Chief of Homeland and Special Operations
to the City of Cleveland,
to the City of Cleveland,
State of Ohio,
State of
during
Ohio,
my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
Congratulations, Chief.
At this time, we will have remarks from the Director of Public Safety, Michael McGrath.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let me be the first to congratulate Deputy Chief Patel from the Department of Public Safety. Congratulations.
Thank you, Director.
My next congratulations goes to family and friends. You should be very proud, because this is not an easy process, and this is a very difficult job. So you should be very, very proud of this gentleman's accomplishments providing a service to this community. I mean, I appreciate it, and I'm sure there's many, many people who live and work in this city appreciate what he's done for us over the years. While I stand here, I look around and I see a lot of familiar faces. And they're familiar faces from other law enforcement agencies and entities within this area, within this state. And I would thank you for being here today, because as we all know, Homeland Security and what this gentleman is responsible for is a partnership. And we cannot do it without your assistance. And just a little personal note here, from my experience, this position is the what-if job. The what-if job. And what do I mean by that? He has to have the wherewithal to ask that question. What if this? What if that? Especially in today's world and today's culture. He has to think out of the box. In order to answer those what if questions, he has to do what? He has to be prepared, and he has to make preparations for our safety and everyone's safety in this community. And Harold, you would not be here today if we didn't think you were the what if guy. And I mean that seriously, because you really have to think out of the box as to our future and the future of this community in this city. So in closing, thanks for being here, everyone. Harold, congratulations. I look forward to working with you. If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to call.
Thank you, Director.
Thank you, sir.
At this time, we will have presentation of the badge and remarks from the Cleveland Division of Police Chief Calvin Williams.
Thanks, Commander. Good morning. Good morning. First off, congratulations, Harry. Well deserved. I'm going to get this out of the way, and then I got a couple of remarks. This is Harry's official Deputy Chief badge and wreath. I'm going to present this to Harry. Officially. Thank you. Congratulations, Deputy Chief. Thank you. You know, I've known Harry for a long time, and I can call him Harry because I'm his boss now. When I first met Harry, he was kind of my boss. He was a lieutenant in the 2nd District, and I was a sergeant in the fugitive unit. And he was my boss, but now I can call him Harry. But if you read Harry's resume, you'll see excuse me, that he's eminently qualified for this position. His life work has been Homeland Special Operations for this city and for this region. And I'd like his family to kind of take a look around the room and behind you and even out in the hallway for the people that could not get into this room today. That's a testament to Harry's ability to do the job here in the city of Cleveland and to make sure that that job is done in partnership with people from state, federal, county, local law enforcement, and other partners. Our county prosecutor's office is represented here as well. And again, that's a testament to the way Harry conducts business here for the city. He keeps the city's best interests at heart while maintaining that partnership with folks because we know it's a team effort. And I know that he's going to do a great job at this. So I just want to congratulate Harry again. I want to congratulate his family, his friends, all of his fellow officers who've supported him over the years to make sure that this day is possible. Because without that support, we don't get to these positions. And without that continued support, we don't do well in these positions. So stay behind him. He's going to have a bigger workload now. A much bigger workload. Myself, the director, and the mayor have tasked the deputy chief with a lot of things on the horizons here for the Division of Police and for the city of Cleveland, Northeast Ohio. And again, I have no doubt that Harry's going to take care of business for us. Before I close, I definitely want to thank the mayor and the safety director because, you know, these decisions aren't made all willy-nilly. You know, there's a process to this. There are recommendations that they have to take into consideration. There's a vetting process and a lot of hard deliberation on coming to a decision like this. And I want to thank the mayor and the director for setting up that process and for making sure that, you know, when we stand here today, we have the best person possible for that position. So thank you, mayor and director. And thank you all for coming. I think we are about to close this out, so I'll bring the commander back up. Thank you.
As Reverend Skaggs comes to offer the benediction, I'd like to leave you with this thought on leadership from Nelson Mandela. A leader is like a shepherd. He stays behind the flock, letting the most nimble go out ahead, whereupon the others follow, not realizing that all along they're being directed from behind. Deputy Chief Patel, I wish you all the best of luck as you move forward in your career. Reverend Skaggs.
He's going to have a bigger workload, but he still gets up with those babies in the middle of the night. You don't get off of that. That was the first thing I told him. If you would, please, bow your heads, put your hands together. Dear Lord, I mentioned earlier that the mighty hand of God to steer us, to steer this young man in his future, to steer all the men and women who wear the badge into safety and into the protection of us. Lord, be with this great city, be with these great officers, be with us all. Amen. Amen.
This concludes today's appointment ceremony. Thank you all for coming.
Thanks for watching TV 20. We are Cleveland. We'll be right back.
So we were walking to school. I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't have
I really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have another
at
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Good morning. What a very special day we have today. Our beautiful new snow removal equipment building, something that's been a long-term project for so many of the people here and the city and the FAA. This is a culmination and a very, very special day for us. I'd like to take a moment to introduce and recognize some of our very special guests and attendees. Mayor Frank Jackson, Mr. Mayor. Chief Ed Ripka, Chief. Councilman Martin Keene, Martin, Chairman of the Transportation Committee for City Council. Susan Mallory, the Director of Airports Division for the FAA. And Burke Rhodes, the Manager of Safety and Standards for the FAA. Burke. Well, there'll be a lot of great things said today. And we have a couple of speakers to share some of the really important aspects of this building and what it's going to provide to travelers in Northeast Ohio and Cleveland, the residents. So without further ado, Director Robert Kennedy.
Thank you, Todd. As Todd said, this is a culmination of years of work, hundreds of people that made this happen. It's not only the people who constructed the building and designed the building, but it's the people who inspected it. It's the people at City Hall that helped with the permits. It's the help of the City Hall staff in helping us with the financing and FAA, both at the regional, at the Detroit office, and at Washington. This is many hands has made, I won't say light work of this, because it has been a tremendous lift to get this building done. 97,000 square feet of heated space, 32 doors, 40,000, more than 40,000 square feet of square yards of concrete, tons of steel, and all of that was the erection, the planning, the construction of it, all in less than 200 days. I will tell you, in June, when I issued the notice to proceed, there were people that said, "Are you sure?" And so I turned to people, I said, "Are you sure?" And people were steadfast in saying, "Yes, we will make our commitment." That's what we do in Cleveland. We make a commitment, we say what we're going to do, and we do it. And here is proof that that is absolutely what happens, is we say what we're going to do, and we do it. So I thank all the teams, City Hall, FAA, especially our construction company, Allega, They did an outstanding job in the staging, the logistics, and the construction of this facility. It will improve our efficiency here at the airport, our ability to extend the life of the equipment, some of the equipment that you see already in this building, but more importantly, how our teams work on the airfield and get prepared for all those winter weather operations. So big thanks to everyone involved, and now let's get on to our next snow event. So Todd, I'll turn the mic back over to you.
Thank you, Robert. This type of special celebration doesn't happen without the support of a great mayor. Mayor Jackson, would you speak for us? Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And how are you this morning? Good. You know, I want to welcome our FAA partners to the city of Cleveland and really thank them for their assistance, not only on this particular project, but for the many things that they've helped us on in the past and what they'll be helping us on in the future. You know, this facility with the new equipment is really helps us to be more efficient and effective in what we do. We can consolidate operations and activity. We can have our employees be in an environment that is conducive for them to do feel better about what they do on a daily basis. But at the same time, we always have to recognize that all of what we do is about positioning this airport to be competitive in the airline industry, regardless of what happens in that industry, regardless. And this facility, the new equipment, the personnel here, the entire operation, our partnership, all of this helps Cleveland be a competitive airport in the airline industry, no matter what is going on with airlines themselves. So again, welcome, and thank you for your help. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Coming back to the podium, Director Kennedy.
Thank you. Just wanted to add on before we introduce our FAA partner, Susan Mowry Salick, right? So, I always call it. We appreciate, I forgot to thank you specifically over the year, the guidance you and Bert have given us. And so I know that we've had close conversation, and as we go forward, as the mayor says, we look forward to expanding upon the opportunities here in Cleveland. So with that, I turn the mic over to you, and please welcome to the mic our FAA.
The FAA comes to town on many different occasions, but the ones that we like the best is when we get to see that the investments that you've made in your facility are serving you well and are looking great. So we're just really happy to be here today and up on stage with the mayor, and to thank you for the opportunity that we're here to share the day with you. You know, we've appreciated working both with the mayor's staff and sitting down across the table and talking about what we can do to be sure that we're addressing the needs of the community, and we also appreciate working with the Director Kennedy's staff here at the airport as well. So, but seeing the final product is really one of the things that we are happy to be here with you. For airports such as Cleveland, effective snow and ice control plans are critically important to safety and operations. It's a part of what makes the facility work year-round, and this snow removal building is constructed now to provide a place where the equipment can be parked inside, where people can come back and work in an efficient way to come in and do the things that they need to do and to coordinate and to execute the snow removal program. So you had a taste of it, I know, and things look good out there, and I appreciate that you gave us this break of the weather to come in and take this moment to celebrate. The other thing that I saw I've worked with really two offices that are under my watch. One is the Detroit Airport's district office, and the other is the Safety and Standards branch. The manager is here. And both offices said the same thing. They said that it was really great to work as partners with this airport, to focus on deadlines, to talk and think about the planning in the right place to put a facility like this. When you see the facility on paper, it doesn't look as big as it is. It really is a huge place that has a lot of roof with a lot of equipment under it. So we're happy to continue to be your partners. We'll continue to invest in your facility and work with you. And thank you very much for inviting us to share a moment like this with you. Thank you.
So I believe we have a ribbon that we need to cut.